Welcome, fellow travelers. Modmaven here, and I'm happy to bring you a review of this paradise planet. We're in Euclid in a Korvax Tier 3 Economy. We're playing in normal mode. We'll check out the characteristics of this planet, as well as take a look at some of the other planets in the system, the S-Class upgrades up in the space station, and also the ships available in the system, and then head back here to give us a vibe score. Let's get to it. Alright, we called this one Rainbow Cats. And as you can probably tell, there's something going on with the grass here. Let's talk about the flora for a second, and then we'll hop down over there and we'll check out some fauna too. So, as you can see, the grass is kind of fading here from a reddish gold over to blue-green. There's definitely a filter on this planet. So, the closer you get to things, the more red it is as far as the grass, and then you can kind of see it fade there off into the distance into kind of a blue-green. Also, when you're flying, it's always blue-green. It's really interesting. As soon as you land, everything turns reddish-orange. We may see that here in just a minute. So, Flora, we kind of got pretty sparse, actually. Let's hop over to the visor. So we have mellow weather, ordinary resources, fauna is frequent, flora though is fairly low. Sentinels we don't have to worry about because we're on a paradise planet. But another highlight of this one, salvageable scrap. So starbulb, copper, paraffinium, and silver as well. So on this one, you can go around and bust open some of those things and go get some money from salvageable scrap. So that's pretty nice. So as far as fauna, also real quick before we talk about that cat right over there, we do have these kind of bone spines, and as we see it shift into a sunset here, also another thing sort of about the environment in general, it kind of gets this eerie yellowish green sort of look at night. It's really very cool. Kind of a very unique feel to it with this filter, because it's kind of a blue filter. So, combine the colors and you kind of get these eerie sort of colors at night. It's pretty nice. Also, I wanted to kind of transition to night here. You see how this is purple? So blue and red, purple. Yeah. So it's interesting how the kind of characteristics of the filter can kind of change everything. This guy's been circling here for a while. A lot of times he does that when he's searching something because it's a predator. Anyway, but this is a bone cat, if you will. One of the reasons why I called this Rainbow Catacombs is this, but also some of the caves. So this guy's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get him to kind of settle down here. Here we go. So we can see a little bit better some of his markings. Really cool, kind of a 3-horn look there. There is another gender of this on the planet, and it's a lot smoother of a look. There's not the big horns, but I really liked this one. So we'll probably swap over to day here in a little bit, and we'll take a closer look at some of the rest of this planet. Okay, before we head back down here to check out the rest of this planet, I had to show you this. So this is the filter in action, right? So as we come in, everything looks red, and it really is without the filter. So we've got red grass, and we actually have some red water. And then check this out. As you come in, watch what happens. It kind of goes black and white, and then whoop, it's blue-green. Like everywhere. Like, see, come over here. Check this out. Like, you can even see in the trails. Like, those are normally gold on my ship. So you can see the blue filter coming into effect. So we now have blue water, except if we land here, as soon as we land, so we got blue, we got blue, we got blue, and then boom, it's red. Isn't that crazy? So we hop out, and now it's all red to blue again, like we saw before. It's just crazy. And you can see it fading, in the distance. So even as you're swimming in the water here, so yes, it's red water, and the sun's kind of going down here, so it's brighter red than normal. But you can see how it kind of, it switches to blue depending on how far away it is in the water. So it's, ooch, ouch, hey, that wasn't very nice. Meaty chunks, nice. But anyway, you can see there how it switches, kind of red to blue, and then it, again, as it goes to night here, even up close, it's kind of a bright blue, and we get that sort of eerie yellowish green look. It's really unique. This gives you a little bit better view of some of the actual cave structure with some of its different stalactites and stalagmites, as we're kind of working our way through here. In contrast to the outside, with all the color shifting and changing, it's pretty consistent in here, kind of a goldish to red. Again, like I said before, a lot of these catacombs kind of lead into water and some places to explore, and as we saw before, in the water we're doing our red to blue fade depending on how far away we are. So look at this. Just some really unique and cool places to check out. Okay, at this point I think we'll head back out to space. We'll check out the rest of the planets in this system, and then we'll check out the S-Class upgrades up in the space station and do some ships, and then we'll head back here for a vibe score. Alright, out here in space we have 6 total planets in this system, which is pretty nice. Of course, starting with our Paradise planet here, we just hopped off of salvageable scrap there, which is nice. Of course, our red, or is it blue, everything there. We'll flip over here. I'll put up screenshots of the rest of these so you can kind of see them. So here we have a desolate planet, again with salvageable scrap. That's pretty nice. Flip over here. We have a caustic planet. And right through here we have a quagmire planet. It's a little bit hard to see there through. It was hard to find a good spot to really see all these, but you'll see a screenshot there. Pretty nice color palette on that one. Another kind of marshy, swampy looking quagmire planet. Pretty nice. We're having a storm here. That's what that gray kind of overcast look to the planet is there. This supercritical planet. And then on over here we have a planet of light. Note about this one, of course, these are the glitches that you can collect to decorate your base or your freighter with. They're columns of light that you can pick up and then redeploy wherever you may want to. Keep in mind you can also change the color of the light coming out of there, which is pretty nice when you deploy it. Come up with some cool ideas. So that's a fun planet to go grab some stuff for sure. Okay, up here in the space station I have done a reload and stood by my ship right there, that exotic. Can't have that one, but let these other ones reload in here. So kind of a first wave. There goes one that heads out. Seems like a lot of yellows and oranges in this system. A couple of haulers there, one there, and then another one here. So in any system, you're going to have 21 different configurations of ships. That's going to be the color of the wings and the shape of the wings, shape of the nose, different things like that, like those big long glider wings there. And then you're going to have different types of ships. So for this one, this is predominantly a Korvax system, as I mentioned earlier. So you're going to have 7 different types of explorers, which is one of those that was just in here. And then you're going to have 3 fighters. That's one of them right there. It's got some nice Starscream wings there. Pretty cool. Single thruster, barrel nose, a little violet and blue going on. Pretty nice. I'll put up some more screenshots of a few that I liked. But anyway, you're gonna have 7 of your explorers, 3 fighters, 3 explorers, and then 3 haulers, and then you're going to have 7 different shuttles and 1 exotic. An exotic ship is similar to what I have here that I brought in here. The exotic for this system is not necessarily going to be that, but you are going to have an exotic in every system, so as we have another hauler come in there. So at this point, there's a shuttle. At this point, we'll flip over and we'll talk about some of the S-Class upgrades available up here in the space station. Alright, as we watch some more ships coming in out of the space station here, I did want to talk about the S-Class of upgrades available up here right across the way at those vendors over there, as we see another Explorer come in there. So these were gathered on PC, so your results may vary, but it should be pretty close. So for these, starting over on the left there, of course you have your exosuit upgrades. You have thermal protection for hot, underwater protection, and a shield module. And then for your exocraft, you have the Minotaur laser, the Humboldt drive, and the exocraft engine. Again, these are all the S-Class upgrades. And then for your starship, you have shield and launch thrusters. And then for the multi-tool, you have the geology cannon and the blaze javelin. I did want to say something about the multi-tool that is available here. This one is an A-class, and it looks just like the starter pistol that you start the game out with, except for it's white. It's actually kind of cool looking. I'll put up a screenshot of that. So if you want to try that out, that's a pretty cool little pistol that's available here. Alright, not really much available as far as special things to buy up here in the space station, so at this point we'll jump down and give this one a vibe score. Now it's time to give this planet a vibe score. The vibe score I give each planet is very subjective, but takes into account a lot of different factors. Things like the color of this awesome shifting landscape here. You know, some of the different things that just kind of like contribute to how it makes me feel. So this one with its kind of reddish orange to blue green as you kind of get closer or farther away is really unique and kind of is really fun. Also add to that these kind of catacombs and caves with water that also does that kind of fade to orange or blue depending on how far away you are. It's really unique and a really cool place to explore. So we're going to give this one an 8 out of 10. With that, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to catch that vibe.